Hello. Okay, so don't look at my messy car. I said don't look at it. Okay, you can do what you want. Anyway, okay, so I just channeled some messages from my own higher self, which I actually need to re-listen to. I can't remember what was said, but I remember in the moment it felt profound. But then I just did one which was super interesting. I wanted to do one like, what would be a message that wants to be shared today for the collective conscious? Now, for me, that means like all of life, like everywhere, not just on this planet, regardless of what your beliefs are about extraterrestrials and other civilizations. That's how I see that word. But it felt, I actually have to listen to it again, but it felt like this was specifically for humanity at this time. And what I think I'm gonna do, because it feels weird to just channel it on the video. I'm like, I don't know. You tell me what you guys think about that, if it seems strange. Sometimes I feel, you're just looking at me with my eyes closed, like, whatever. But I think I'm going to post the recording with, I don't know, a cool video or something, of what was said. It seemed very profound. Again, after I do these, it's kind of like waking up from a dream. There's parts of it that I remember, and I can't have kind of an overall feeling of the vibe of it, but I don't remember a lot. A lot of times I listen to it right after. But one thing, and I've been feeling this for a long time, is that we are all individually a microcosm of the whole. And what that means is that when there is something going on inside of you, a trigger, a pattern, a judgment, especially, inwardly, that is part of what is getting mirrored. So if that's happening inward, that's happening outward collectively. And I might do something on the Ho'oponopono at some point. For those who don't know that, it's a Hawaiian, I feel like I'm gonna massacre this if I don't look it up, but the way that I understand it, it's a Hawaiian saying, prayer, Ho'oponopono, and it's I'm sorry, please forgive me, and you wait to be forgiven. Thank you, I love you. And the way that I understand the Ho'oponopono is that it is what is in me that is causing what's happening out there. So like, this is kind of, I don't know if it's silly, but so I have a lot of time with fishes in the lake that I live on in the summer. And I literally hang out with them. It's kind of fun. And I will see some that have like a big old tear in their lip where they were just not treated kindly by fishermen. And I will do the Ho'oponopono with them. Now, I personally would not do that, but there's something in me as a microcosm of the collective that caused that person to treat this fellow living being with disrespect. And so can I forgive whatever that part in me is, even if it's not conscious, to say I'm sorry and forgive that part in me so that it can affect outwardly the collective conscious, if that makes sense. It's the way I understand it. And please comment any corrections to that. I welcome it. Anyway, I do it a lot, and I do it a lot for myself. I do it a lot for what I see outside of myself. I find it super powerful. And that to me is a perfect representation of this, as within, so without. as above, so below. What the change, be the change you want to see in the world. All of those things point to what is this microcosm of the whole showing? Like what can I heal in myself so that I see that change in the world? And part of this channel was about that. And if you want to understand what is good for the world, understand what feels good and right within you. Like when you're full of self-love, when you have self-worth, when you have self-respect, when you are centered and grounded in yourself without needing outside validation. Flashback. So, you know what I mean? Like, just like what can you work on inside to make the world better? And I just remembered another part. It was about opening up our hearts. The more that we open our hearts and be vulnerable, which starts with safety, so there's some work to do for most of us, including myself, to even begin to do that. That is a daily practice for me. As we open our hearts outward and become more open, that communication will become clearer. Because even if your heart is open and you're in an orbit of somebody else with an open heart, even if the words aren't exactly beneficial, the vibe of the heart, the frequency that the heart has within that field will carry the actual intentional meaning forward. And so the communication is clearer. So the more closed that our hearts are, the more miscommunication happens. And it's ironic because most of us close up our hearts, wall everything up because, God forbid anybody see the squishy insides of us, because it leaves us open to, ridicule, to hurt, to pain, and for good reason. I mean, it's understandable. But what happens is it's actually the opposite reaction. It causes more confusion, more miscommunication, more fear, more hatred, more separateness. And opening our hearts is what leads to oneness. And so I'm going to leave this message there. I hope to see you in oneness today. I love you so much. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you.